We're actually quite deep. I think I'm going to peel against the min raise. These hands perform very well against the Broadway heavy range. I also think that especially on lower stakes, people aren't barreling as aggressive as they're supposed to. And I'm definitely going to check raise this flop. I think he will be c-betting his entire range, which consists a lot of Broadways, like king, queen, queen, jack, and clubs. Unless he bets big. Against his sizing, I'm calling once. And check to him. Don't expect too many flush draws betting big. I think he would probably size it down with his flush draws quite often. And I think he will very often be on a one pair hand, so I'm definitely gonna go for some value here. Against his ace tens, ace queens, ace kings. And we're busted in the 1k sit-in call. Let's see if we can fire another one. And if he shoves, I can comfortably fold. I would consider hero calling with a hand like ace 10, 10 in hearts, where I have some blockers to the flush draw. Definitely gonna raise this hand. If this guy raises, I would just fold. Since there's so many short stacks and they will have a hard time flatting, I'm just gonna min raise. I think checking back is fine. He has a perfect stack size to check shove any pair on me. I definitely want to realize my equity with this hand. And we can easily call a turn bet. This is actually great river and probably one of the hands we want to be bluff catching with. He has a ton of queen high, 10 high, 8 high, jack high flush draws. And I think it's super easy to overbluff this spot. He has all the 6-7, 6-8s, all sorts of gutters with 3x, 6x. So this is a spot where we should definitely be calling the river. Even though it's low stakes, I think this is a spot where we have to put in the money. And make the call. This guy is very short. 3x open. It's close, but I think it's fine. Of course, we're gonna call, try to hit our gut shot. I'm gonna take a step here against this ace high or queen jacks that are giving up. Don't want to give him the opportunity to bluff into me with his queen jack. I want to take down the pot right away. If he calls, I think I'm nice deck. I think we can do both here. We can check back, we can bet. You definitely want to be checking back this board texture sometimes. I think I'm gonna raise small. It makes my life easier on a lot of rivers. So if he steps the club or even if he steps the 7, I over realize some equity now. And I'm investing 220 chips rather than eventually hero calling the river. Yeah, and I'm getting a bit of value from his clubs. And we have an easy shove here. Wow, I could still have 10s or whatever. ace queen. Luckily he doesn't have tens. Definitely puts us in a better position. Pocket aces. If some of these players open raise, I think it's a great opportunity to slow play and just call. Or we also take this one. I don't understand this overcall, to be honest. That's a very bad overcall. I mean, my overcalling range is 8s plus. That's definitely very bad overcall. I mean, he's really shoving deuces plus. My overcalling range is 8s plus and like ace jack suited plus. So, and he also snap called. So he's probably not really aware of ranges at all. I think his king high floats we might get out of the way on the river. So I definitely want to take my showdown value here, and not my showdown value, but my flush, because I don't want to shove into trips. I think if he has a king high, we can bluff him off king high on the river, and now we can easily shove. I mean, it's only ace 5, ace 3, ace deuce, so we easy shove for value. He only has 700 behind. Wow, wow, straight flush. We're getting wrecked today. Straight flush. This guy has been min raising a lot, like a lot. I think I'm gonna shove. I think he's just trying to steal the blinds cheaply. And this time he has it. Yeah, sometimes you're wrong with your reads, Jack. Definitely very interesting that he min raises with less than 10 big blinds with ace queen off. He was probably hoping to induce me. But that happens. Sometimes you're wrong with your read. This is a board I'm gonna be checking back with. I'm gonna bet big on the turn. I think people aren't check shoving a hand like Jack 10 or 10-9 against the late bet, but very often naturally calling, and I want to extract maximum value against that. He still has ace 10, ace 9, ace 8, so I don't know if we can go for a small bet eventually. I mean, he has a lot of king queens, queen 10s, jack 10s. I feel like I'm inducing a check shove and then I'm leveling myself into calling. But I also feel like that his range is so defined. Like, he's not having ace king or ace queen that often. I think ace jack, ace 9 very often just jams the turn. So I just try to get some value from a queen. If he jams, I'm... Oh my god, does he really have the king 10? We're splitting it. I mean, ace 10 could be possible. Let's see. King jack. Yeah, sometimes people call it. Oh my fucking god. This is always ace queen plus. Like, I think we have to call a fold. I really hope small blind calls. This would make my life so much easier. He's supposed to jam on the pure bubble with 11 big blinds into 2-3 bigger stacks. Basically ace queen plus and 10s plus. Like, he should never shove king jack, king queen, ace 10. So I'm gonna fold. We're getting insanely good price, but the risk premium is way too high here. So maybe I'm gonna analyze it afterwards. I prefer to put in my money now with king first suited against cutoff range, because he will shove close to any two. Like, we're gonna blind out. Like, this is for sure minus EV. The question is how much minus EV you want to take. Thing is, the other guy, we're gonna blind down before him. And the point is that every hand we're open shoving, people are gonna call. And I feel like just from a naturalist approach, even though it's very, very minus EV, don't get me wrong, that here with his suited king against the almost any two range, I'm performing much better than... Yeah, okay, if both call, it's of course even worse. Maybe we have some showdown value with a 4. King, queens, queen jacks? No, for sure. GG. In the next hand we would have been auto in, I think, just from a natural understanding that even though this spot is very minus EV, that this is one of the spots where we have to gamble. Because the other stacks, they have twice as much as we have. So we would be all auto all in with pretty much a garbage hand, very likely, right? And this guy is sitting before us, so we're not gonna get first in button and cut off that frequently. So if we even if we have a hand like ace 5 off, it's still gonna be minus V to open shove because we don't have fold equity anymore. So I prefer to get it in against the very right range than open shoving. I think stacks are fine to steal. We cover big blind and small blind. Just gonna min bet the flop. Just easy fold on the flop. I think that it's pretty much always a 7. It's a very bad jam, by the way. He should always be raising, because now it makes it so much easier for me to just call like my strongest hands. I mean, it's really hard, but I would be c-betting aces. I have some steals with king 7 suited, 7-8 suited, probably even queen 7 suited. So I would call my 7x.